Welcome to Key Roots, the key roots of sex addiction. My name is Colin. I do talk a lot about delusion when it comes to sex addiction because sex addiction is very delusional. To be delusional means that you're believing something that isn't true and you're acting on it as if it is. I don't want to say that sexaholics are delusional in every aspect of their life, but I do purport that they are delusional when it comes to their lustful sexual behaviors. And this is what I mean. Let me give you an example. A pornography addict is going to bed late at night. His wife is already asleep. And as he's getting into bed, he realizes that he's not really tired. And he thinks he can just take his phone into bed with him and maybe watch a little bit of social media or YouTube videos without any risk at all. Now, he's not paying attention to all of the other times that he did that and got into trouble watching pornography. Believing that he can do that without taking any risk is a pretty delusional way of thinking. Well, you can trust your own thinking, but trusting your own thinking is probably the fastest road to acting out again. And if you want to end acting out, we've got to recognize the nature of the sickness, that we cannot clearly see what will get us into trouble and what will keep us safe from acting out. And so, in order to best overcome our sex addiction, we need to find somebody that can guide us, someone that we can trust. I do this in my life all of the time, and it's not just with sexual behaviors anymore. It's making decisions in my relationship with my wife and with my children, with my finances, etc. I haven't acted out sexually for quite a while, and so I'm not necessarily asking questions strictly related to sexual behaviors. However, I still don't trust my thinking. As a sexaholic, I realized that I am pretty immature when it comes to relationships. And so I need all of the help that I can get. And so I do call recovery individuals on a regular basis to get out of my head and to get different perspectives. So when I do make decisions in my relationships and with other, major issues in my life, that I make good decisions, decisions that will keep the peace in my family and also in my life generally. Right. This isn't just about sexual acting out, although it's really important to end our sexual behaviors because otherwise we're going to continue to wreak havoc in our life generally. And on the reverse of that, if I'm not making good decisions generally in my life, I'm probably going to be pretty stressed out, which will lead me to act out sexually. So I need to make wise decisions in all aspects of my life, not just in the sex addiction realm. It is a lifetime of work, at least it has been for me. But again, I want you to know that I've been more peaceful than I ever have in my life. And although it's been a lot of work, it's been worth it because I have much better relationships with my wife and with my children than I ever had in the past. And I'm in a much better place, and I'm grateful for all the difficulties that have led me to where I am today. Of course, you can expect the same results. Now, remember that it took me a lot of work. And for most guys, it takes a lot of work because we're not just working on one facet of life, we're working on the whole person. And to get to a place of peace, it's just going to take a lot of effort, and I don't know how much time. Some people seem to recover fairly quickly, like I've said in the past, and some people seem to take longer. But again, it's worth it. The Key Roots support groups are a really helpful facet of recovery. I believe that they are a non-judgmental group of individuals who have gone through what you've gone through, and they help one another through making phone calls, through discussing their own difficulties, and as well, I can help guide you in many different aspects of your recovery as a professional and as an individual who's gone through sex addiction myself. You can find the Key Roots groups at keyroots.com. That's KIRUTZ.com. And you can read about the groups, and it's pretty easy to sign up.